Monday started off busy on the Steelers sidelines. Yes, my friends, next Sunday we'll face the Jaguars, and man, with all my heart, I've never been so excited for the start of the season. I'll tell you why I'm so excited soon. Now, I want to hear from you. In your opinion, do you think the Steelers have what it takes to beat the Jaguars? If so, hit the like button. If not, hit the dislike button. If possible, comment something like, "Go Steelers! Let's crush the Jaguars!" Now, in my opinion, I believe we can win. Practice has made me very happy about the team's chemistry. However, something has been worrying me. There's no hiding it. This last practice with padding brought both relief and concern. On one hand, we finally saw Broderick Jones and Isaac Sumalo, the starting left tackle and guard, back as regulars, a welcome sight after their previous training camp injuries. Their return couldn't have come at a better time, as the offensive line's chemistry desperately needs time to gel. Another piece of good news came from DJ Thomas Jones. Initially feared to have suffered a devastating Achilles tendon tear, he's back on the field and fully active, a near miraculous turnaround for the rookie fullback/tight end hybrid. But then came the gut punch. Alex Highsmith, the dominant edge rusher who's been having a quietly phenomenal training camp, suffered what's feared to be a groin injury after a one-on-one confrontation with Broderick Jones. He had to leave practice. We're currently awaiting a definitive diagnosis, but if this becomes a persistent issue, it could drastically alter the defense's early season performance. You could feel the shift in his mood when the injury occurred. Highsmith has been a monster in training camp, and seeing him walk off the field took everyone's breath away. And it doesn't stop there. Rookie cornerback Daquan Hardy has been spotted in a walking boot, this after showing real promise with an interception earlier in camp. His path to the 53-man roster just became that much harder. Joey Porter Jr. and Calvin Austin III also missed practice, although there's optimism around their return within the week. Meanwhile, Corey Trice Jr. and Calvin Anderson are out with hamstring issues. What's most alarming, though, isn't just the injuries, it's the ever-mounting concern around the Steelers' offense. The defense? It's dominating every drill, every scrimmage, and every snap. In 7 shots, a red zone drill designed to simulate scoring situations, the defense won 6-1. That makes 4 straight wins in this drill for the defense, and they're now up 6-2 in total. Across one-on-ones and team periods, it's the same story, defense suffocating the offense at every level. Now, it's tempting to say this is just how good the defense is. And yes, this might truly be one of the NFL's best units. But what if it's the offense that's the real problem? All eyes have been on Aaron Rodgers, and it's been a mixed bag, to say the least. He continues to miss throws, especially deep shots, multiple overthrows to DK Metcalf we're seeing yet again. The chemistry with receivers is shaky. His connection with rookie Roman Wilson is particularly cold. Miscommunication, route timing issues, it's adding up. And Roman is being groomed to take on a WR2 role in a 12 personnel heavy scheme, especially since Calvin Austin lacks the size for blocking duties. But so far, Roman hasn't shown the reliability Rodgers needs. Reports say Rodgers is visibly frustrated and simply not looking Wilson's way. To make matters worse, veteran wideout Robert Woods is also underwhelming. And that brings us to an underdog named Steelers Nation might want to keep on your radar, Rock Taylor. The UDFA from Memphis is building real momentum. His chemistry with rookie QB Will Howard is electric. He's catching deep balls, making contested grabs, and displaying excellent route running. And if he keeps rising while Woods and Wilson falter, Taylor could absolutely sneak onto the final 53. But it's not just the passing game. The run game? Even worse. It's virtually non-existent. The offensive line is getting manhandled. The run defense has been impenetrable, and guys like Jaylen Warren and Caleb Johnson aren't finding any lanes. And the screen game? It's been called non-existent. Not a single successful screen through 2 weeks of padded practices. That's alarming, especially for a team built on a run-first philosophy. Even more troubling, this domination from the defense is happening without key stars like Cam Hayward and TJ Watt taking full team reps. Let that sink in. The defense is toying with the offense, and it's not even at full strength. This is an iron sharpening iron. This is iron slicing through butter. We've seen this pattern before in Pittsburgh training camps, where the defense dominates in practice, and fans convince themselves it'll elevate the offense. But history tells a different story. Remember the early camps with Kenny Pickett, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson? Dominant defense didn't translate into a functional offense come week 1. That's the fear creeping in right now. Now, to be fair, there are glimmers of hope. Mason Rudolph has actually looked more consistent than Rodgers. He's not flashy, but he's been steady, hitting targets more regularly and even showing better accuracy on deep throws. He's reminding folks why he's a solid backup, and in this camp, he's had fewer ugly moments than Rodgers. But he's not your starter. He's insurance. Scotty Miller is another surprise. The veteran wideout is looking thicker, faster, and more confident. He's making big plays downfield, and he's in a neck-and-neck race with Calvin Austin in terms of speed. If he keeps this up, he's not just making the roster, he could carve out a real role as a deep threat in Arthur Smith's offense. And speaking of surprises, linebacker Mark Robinson, known for his special teams hits, lined up at fullback in goal line drills. And you know what? It worked. He's athletic, he's tough, and he lays the wood. There's real potential there if the Steelers get creative with his role. Still, despite a few bright spots, it's the offensive inconsistency that has fans talking. How long can this unit underperform before serious changes are considered? Is it chemistry? Is it scheme? Or is it time to make a move in the trade market, especially at wide receiver? I want to hear from you. Are you starting to worry about this offense? Or do you think it's just early camp jitters? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As we head deeper into the thick of training camp, what's becoming increasingly hard to ignore is the rising tension between expectation and performance on the offensive side of the ball. While the defense continues to look like a top-tier unit, the offense remains stuck in the mud, and now more than ever, questions are being raised about whether this unit can truly turn it around in time for the regular season. Let's zero in again on Aaron Rodgers. There's no doubt about his legacy, his leadership, or his arm talent. But the facts are the facts. Every single practice has featured a handful of misfires, overthrows, and missed opportunities. It's not just timing, it's chemistry, rhythm, and decision-making. Rodgers continues to look disconnected from his receiving core, and it's raising eyebrows among coaches, teammates, and fans alike. Deep balls to DK Metcalf? Overthrown. Mid-range routes to Roman Wilson? Not even targeted. And while some chalk it up to a learning curve with a new offense and personnel, we're 2 weeks into padded practices, and the rhythm isn't improving. The Roman Wilson situation, in particular, is becoming a real pressure point. He was drafted to be more than a gadget guy. His background at Michigan, his physicality in the run game, all signs pointed to a perfect fit in Arthur Smith's scheme. But the execution isn't there. Misjudged route depths, slow breaks, and questionable timing have left Rodgers visibly frustrated. And when your QB1 loses faith in a target, it's hard to rebuild that trust in a matter of weeks. That's why the emergence of Rock Taylor might be the biggest story of camp, one that's quietly gaining steam each day. This undrafted rookie from Memphis wasn't even on most fans' radar when camp started. But now, he's lighting up practice. His rapport with Will Howard is undeniable. He's showing sharp route running, consistent hands, and an ability to win contested catches. It's not just talent, it's timing and trust, the two things missing from the current first-team offense. And while Taylor's snaps have mostly come with the third unit, there's a growing belief that he's earned a look with the ones, especially with Robert Woods and Roman Wilson failing to separate themselves. Let's talk about Robert Woods for a second. The veteran was supposed to bring stability to this room. Instead, his start to camp has been, at best, underwhelming. While his chemistry with Rodgers is better than Wilson's, it's not saying much. A few catches here and there aren't going to be enough when the offense is struggling to find any rhythm. At this point, he's not guaranteed a roster spot, especially if Taylor continues his upward trajectory. This has been your latest update from Latrobe. Don't go anywhere, because we've got even more camp reports, injury updates, and preseason analysis coming your way. Stay locked in. More breaking news is on the screen right now.